wait and see if it goes. If it switches here, there's probably going to be a delay.
Do you need to refresh it?
It's going live, so it should automatically.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Okay, so we're live on YouTube. Okay. Hi, you want me to talk for a couple minutes and see? Working?
Sure. Read your story, Bryan.
All right. Howdy, folks. Bryan Fischer here, host of Focal Point. We are doing a test broadcast on YouTube. Remember, we've had video trouble. We have not had a video signal for 9 days. My main man, Joe Gilly, was just here working with the equipment. We've got the feed up and running. So we're going to do a real quick, real brief Focal Point broadcast. I mean, this is a special one just for those of you that are tuned in. First story I want to talk to you about is the mayor of Portland. His name is Ted Wheeler. Remember, he's the guy that would do nothing to stop BLM. They lit a fire in the lobby of his apartment complex, and he finally had to move out because the BLM was going after him directly. Well, he had a guy confront him last night in a restaurant, and he sprayed him with pepper spray. So that's the mayor of Portland. He won't let the police stop assaults, but he'll be happy to do it himself if somebody gets in his face. And here's a note from Seattle. Remember, we had a lot of unrest in Seattle, a lot of vandalism, a lot of confrontations with the police. The Seattle police are now beginning to enforce vandalism laws, but they've only started doing it after Joe Biden was sworn in. So now they're going to get after vandalism, they're going to get after arresting vandals and prosecuting them, because the reason they let it go before, it made Trump look bad. They could blame everything on him. Now Biden's in office, they don't want people blaming Biden for unrest, so now they're going to start cracking down on vandals. Even though they just let the property destruction, the vandalism, attacks on federal buildings, let that go for months. If there's anything else I want to add on this story. All right, so that's going to happen in Portland. In Tacoma, Washington, which is right down the road from Seattle, about an hour, 45 minutes south of Seattle, they had a protest. Antifa launched an anti-cop protest, and it turned violent. They were smashing windows of businesses, smashing windows of cars, breaking windows in government buildings, and all that kind of stuff, setting fires in the middle of the street. So the thought that Joe Biden, Mr. Unity, Mr. Unifier, Mr. Moderate, Mr. Kinder, Gentler president, was going to put an end to all this Antifa violence. They were going to be so persuaded by his presence and his demeanor that they would stop all the trashing and vandalism. Forget about it. It ain't happened. They're doing the same stuff they did before he was sworn in. And then one last item. I got a note here from the UK. The BBC is producing an educational film that are telling school children in their school system in the UK that there are over 100 genders. Now, you and I know better. We know that there are two and only two, because the Bible says God made them what? God made them male and female. So there's not 100 genders. There are two, male and female, by God's creative design. Well, that's it for this very brief test broadcast of Focal Point. We'll see you back here tomorrow on Focal Point at the normal time. Sayonara. Okay, so now how do I click out of this? We can talk.
Output.